everyone, so today I want to share with you these little 37 plus extra 6 colors that I put in my Etchr Mini Palette. So it comes in this metal tin. So today I'm going to do this swatch card. I'm just looking where the llama is and then turning it around so it's nice and straight up. And I'm also identifying this opera pink, which for me starts with opera pink. This is how I locate all of my 37 colors, because as you can see they're tiny and it would be very difficult to tell which color is what. So for this purpose I have all of my colors written out here so that I know exactly what is where. Here I will not be writing any titles, this will be just the colors. So when I'm working on face illustrations and I need a specific lip color or a cheek color or a mix of skin complexion, I can then sort of look around the colors and mix the right tone. Also, I'm not going to be swatching out these extra 6 because first of all there's no space, although you could do it on the other side if you wanted to, but for me personally this works out perfectly because these are all pastels and that means they're opaque, which means they are pretty much on paper as you can see them here. So there is not really any guesswork that I need to do in this case. So let's start. For my brush I'm going to be using one which I bought a while ago as a set. It had loads of these brushes here. They're all kind of square. They're great for swatching things, and also you're not going to do much damage to the bristles. So for swatching I wouldn't want to go and use, say, one of those, like, you know, silver black velvet brushes. They're really expensive. They have a lovely point and you would quickly lose the point if you try to go into a small space and try to wake the colors up. So I'm going to use a brush that looks like this. This is a number 2 and it will be perfect for a little bit of swatching. So once I have identified my opera pink, again I make sure that that is the triangle that we're going to be sitting in, and all I'm going to take, I've got a little bit of a tinted peach water here from a previous piece of work that I did, and I'm just going to go and wake up the color like so and just swatch it out. Because these are so small, I'll try to have a little bit of a gradient here, but I'm not sure how successful that would be, so I'll try to make it really vibrant right at the top and then sort of wash my brush out, and with hardly any water even squeeze the bristles out, just touch it at the bottom to be able to create this bit of a gradient like so. This is a lovely watercolor paper. So watercolors would look lovely on this. You can play around a little bit, see how much color you want to get up here. Okay, the next color, so this was opera pink. Next one is Jackson's Quinacridone Purple. So a flat brush is great because you can move and push these sort of pigments. Some of them have dried, but I noticed not all of them have, and it's been a few days now. So I'm just going to start with the very intense mix just at the top of it, and then wash my brush out, squeeze the bristles out, and go at the bottom of things. And there you go. Next color we have Misson Gold Red Violet. This being a flat brush, it doesn't hold that much water. I think I'm going to put a bit of a tissue because I don't want the bottom side of it to get dirty, and I can also use it a bit for controlling the water in this brush. So that's quite useful to have a gradient in your swatches, because you want to see what the lightest color would be versus, you know, the darkest tone of it. Okay, next one. We have got Daniel Smith Quinacridone Violet. Did I say this was Mission Gold Red Violet? I think so. Okay, so we're moving on to the next one. So it's easier to approach this palette by 3 divisions or separations. So okay. So the next color we have, actually I just noticed I've got a bunch of pigment sitting here. And next one is this color, which is Quinacridone Magenta, also by Daniel Smith. So the thing is, although you don't get too much of color to squeeze out in your little wells here, you get enough. Especially with good quality paints, when they're really pigmented, you get a lot of colors. Next one is Schmincke Magenta. So that would be the final of the 3. And that's how I keep them in some sort of a sensible order. This is a beautiful color, Schmincke Magenta. And then we have Schmincke Mother Red Dark. So we're now moving to the next 3. This is also a beautiful color. Schmincke does the most beautiful pinks, as does Daniel Smith as well. I feel that their pinks are very strong. So if you are into painting botanical art, I think you would enjoy like flowers and all of that, the colors. Okay, I think I'll even build up this color here because it's just so gorgeous when built up. Alright, and then soften the edge so that they can move a bit more if they want it. Next one we have Daniel Smith Alizarin Crimson, so that would be the second here. You can see they're waking up beautifully. I might have a couple that might be a bit stubborn, but you can just have like a flat brush on the go, and the flat brush is a lot easier to use for waking colors up. Alizarin Crimson by Daniel Smith is one of my favorite pinks. I really love it because it's so bright and so gorgeous. So I'll just lift it right at the bottom here. And then I will charge in a little bit more just at the top. Look at this beautiful color. And then we have the final three of that trio. And that would be this color here, which is Daniel Smith Quinacridone Pink, another pink that I love. This is just so stunning that your eye wonders, how was it created? This pigment is just the most gorgeous thing. There we go. I'll just wet the brush a little bit, just here at the top. Okay, next one, Winsor Newton Permanent Rose. Let's have a look. So we're starting again with the three colors up here. So one of them, I'm trying to think which one. Rose Mother Genuine. Okay, so the next color that's coming up, I highly recommend. It actually smells of rose. If you like the scent of rose and you want to have a watercolor that smells like roses, try the color. So that's the next one that's coming up. It's gorgeous. So the one I'm swatching out now, although it's quite close to the one we did just before, it's different. It's got more warmth to it. Okay, so next one, this is a very special color in my opinion, and it's the Winsor Newton Rose Mother Genuine. So the first one was Winsor Newton Permanent Rose. I can smell it as soon as I dip my brush into it, and I had this paint from the tube a few years now, maybe 2 or 3 years, probably 2 years, and it just smells just as strong. And in fact, even when you have it sitting in the pan for quite a while, it still smells as soon as you wake it up or add some water to it. It's a kind of neutral pink, but you can build it up a bit if you wanted to. Lovely, lovely pink. So you might think, oh my goodness, who needs that many pinks? I do. And to me, they all are different. So if you're looking at this from the perspective of makeup or like portraits, you know, when you need different lip colors and all of that, this is perfection here. I can't say I have too much. Next one, Daniel Smith Rhodonite Genuine, another pink that is a must-have. And this pink has a lovely natural feel to it. So if you like your pinks to be a little bit on the, I don't want to say muted, it's not muted, but you'll see what I mean up against the other colors. It definitely has a natural look to it, so it's a little bit more, well, less, what's the right word, less fake looking? Or less artificial looking, that's it. It has a beautiful pinky kind of gorgeousness to it. It almost goes into slightly violet, but it's beautiful. Okay, next one, we have some few interesting colors coming up. So Winsor Newton Porter Pink, that's my favorite Porter's pink, I have decided now, and I have decided since I got it. it is gorgeous. So as far as I'm concerned, it's beautiful. It's also great for revetting. Daniel Smith Potter's Pink doesn't revet very well at all, so it's not great to be squeezing out for your palettes. It just becomes a nightmare, especially if you had to work in something small like that. You'd literally spend time trying to scratch out any type of pigment out of there. But this is beautiful. So the mass tone is beautiful. It's got a stunning granulation to it. It's just pretty. There's, you know, not much else I can add. So then Daniel Smith Pimentite Genuine. So this is another interesting color. As a mass tone, it kind of leans towards a maroon color, I'd say, but it's got loads of beautiful pigment separation and color separation to it as well. So I really love it. Just going to add a bit of water and then a bit more of it just at the top to build up the color, like that. And that would be great as a skin tone mix and lip color. Okay, next one, Daniel Smith Naphthalide Maroon. This is beautiful. This color I love at its darkest. Look at this gorgeousness. It's just super pretty. And I'm not too keen on it at its middle tone, but its light tone is also gorgeous. So what I'm going to do now is build up the top of it here. That's it. Okay, now we have Daniel Smith Paraline Maroon. So this color here. So they're very close standing. This one is more of a red, also super intense. Gorgeous, gorgeous, must have red. So that's too much water. Okay. Just build it up here at the top. Look at how beautiful and deep you can get it. Stunning color. Okay, and then to finish off, I've got two reds. So one is Daniel Smith Deep Scarlet. It's a stunning, stunning color. I'm quite particular with my reds, and this is one that I love. And then I would build it up a bit more, just at the top, right here. Okay, last red. I've got Daniel Smith Paraline Scarlet. This is more of a red. This is kind of like a warm tone, leaning towards a brown, let's say, red. And then this is gorgeous red. So I'll pull out the color from the bottom and hopefully you can see. Like that. And then I'll build up the top again. Alright, so I will now move on to the second inner circle and then we'll finish with the middle. So I might need to do a part 2 video if I haven't done it already.